All right, welcome back. Once again, my guest is Dr. Craig Walker, and you've seen him on this program many, many times. He's the founder of CIS and also medical director over there. But he's branched out and he's been going across the entire world talking about very important things that have really come to fruition after you dove into them really at an early age. But one of these graphics that we're going to put up, number of amputations in each hospital referral region per 10,000 Medicare patients, that struck me.
Yeah, this is something we're very excited about. You can see the highest amputation rates are green, and then the yellows colors are up there. But I ask you to look at homa terrebonne area. We are in the lowest group in the entire United States. And in fact, this is Medicare's data. We were amongst the very, very lowest of all. Now, that's big because we are sent a lot of patients here who are really scheduled for amputation before they get here because they have these feet that I showed you before.
Yeah, y'all working behind the 8 ball.
Yeah, and yet still this has happened. So I think this speaks volumes about what we've done with this program. And I'll tell you, Martin, it's been exciting because this is actually recognized very much around the world. That's why we're asked to sit on the panels and
If people
help
want to see
organize.
results, they see results here.
They do, and I'm certainly very pleased with this. Now, to be honest with you, I'd like to see it even better than this. I'd like to see it be no amputations, and that's going to take a lot more things. We're going to have to continue to get better at what we do to open vessels. But I think the other big part, if we could make this better tomorrow, if we just simply got to the patients earlier.
Yeah.
A big thing is often people want to wait. They wait until they wait often until they get like that picture I showed, and that's really last resort time. That's not the best time to work on someone. The earlier we can get to someone, the less apt we are to lose a leg. It's just that simple. And the earlier we get to someone, the less apt they are to have a problem. I was speaking to a very famous podiatrist yesterday, in fact, and he was telling me he was working up a patient who had critical ischemia. People had not checked the pulses. He did, and the pressures were really low, and he had scheduled the patient to have an evaluation, to come in and actually have a more sophisticated scan, a duplex scan. He had ordered a consultation with cardiology, and he called the wife just to see how he was doing, and she was crying hysterically. He had died in the process of a heart attack. He had identified a high-risk patient, but before the workup could be done fully, the man had the problem. This really needs to be taken seriously. Blocked leg arteries are a big problem. Mm-hmm. And they're not just a sick leg, they're a sick human being. Because if you have blockages in one part of the body, you're more apt to have them in another part. Mm-hmm. It's just you can feel them in the legs easier than you can in other parts because you can simply put your fingers on the pulse.
Looking at that map again, if we could put that map up again, not only do you have people being sent to you, but let's face it, we don't all eat very well
That's
in
right.
Homa and Thibodeau and all these other areas. So that presents another problem to you. So you're really working against multiple factors at this point.
We honestly, once upon a time, looked like a green dot on this map, a dark green dot. Right. We were very, very high. And the fact that we've gone from highest of high to lowest of low is really the biggest change of anywhere in the United States by far. This is a real initial success story. And I would like to take solace in that. But frankly, we have a lot more work to do. We're still not where I'd like us to be. I'd like us to have no amputations. I'd like us to pick the disease up earlier. I'd like to start better preventive programs. I would like it if we could one day cross 100% of lesions. We're getting close to that, but we're not at 100%.
But that's what drives you. You are not satisfied until you get to that 100%. That's the beauty of what you do. It gives you a lot of opportunity, doesn't it?
It does. I was sort of blessed. I got to go into a field that I really enjoy. I got there to some degree by accident. I was planning to become a pulmonary doctor and change fields at the last second and really love what I do. by luck, ended up at one of the first hospitals doing angioplasty and became one of the first angioplasty fellows. And I threw a lot of luck and a lot of work together and managed to do some things that are really fun. And when I go to bed at night, sometimes I feel real good about some of what we've done.
Yeah, absolutely. We were talking, I know over the years, you've brought this up quite a few times. You said one day there's going to be a Drano type drug that they come out with that cleans everything out. You were telling me about a cholesterol medicine. Are we getting closer?
Well, maybe. We don't yet know outcomes data, which means when a new drug starts, you have to start it for a long period of time and see how does that affect heart attacks and strokes and those sorts of things. But there are a new class of drugs out that really dramatically lower cholesterol. And those new drugs, at least in recently, there was a report at the American College of Cardiology where with these drugs, disease regression was noted. In other words, some of the blockages that were there actually got better. Now keep in mind, historically, blockages were thought to always get worse. We called it inexorable progression. That may not be the case. Okay, we may actually see that atherosclerosis can go the other way and can get better. Now, that's one report. It's not a full everything, but it is certainly encouraging, and we're going to be looking at that data.
But it's a report that gets your attention.
A lot. Yes, it does. I think this is really, along with so many of the other things we've seen, we're really learning just so much. The rate at which medical knowledge is increasing is exponential. It's not just slowly going up. It's like a rocket ship going up, and computers and our ability to crunch and analyze data is making a big difference. What companies are able to analyze, this new drug that I've mentioned that really lowers cholesterol was developed after one of the companies found a protein in the body called proprotein convertase subtilisin 9. I've been working with my little boy, as I told you, learning how to say that word, and he's got it down now. But to first be able to find that, and then to be able to create an antibody that binds that to stop you from destroying your LDL receptors and therefore having your cholesterol go up, it's really remarkable. I mean, it takes tremendous computational powers.
So what does it do? Sort of eat the bad cholesterol and leave the good cholesterol? Elevate the good cholesterol?
No. The way that we metabolize cholesterol is we have LDL receptors on our liver, and they bind cholesterol, bring it in the liver, degrade it, and then surface back on the liver to do this all over again. Well, in the presence of proprotein convertase subtilisin 9, when this binds the LDL receptor, it still takes in that cholesterol. It still degrades it in the liver, but it destroys the receptor. So what the antibodies to this do is they stop it from destroying the receptor. It's very interesting. It's very...
The old Pac-Man game we used to play.
It's incredible. And it'll be interesting to see what happens with that. And as I said, we don't yet have long-term outcome data, but it certainly is encouraging to see at least a report at the American College of Cardiology showing disease regression.
We have about a minute left, but I want to thank you for what you do, and thank you for being here. And I just want people to understand how positive it is to have CIS in this area. The economic impact to this area, I know you're not in it for that, but it's incredible. Thank you very much for that.
Thank you, Martin. It's lovely to be here, though. We have a great set of patients. We really do. It's aren't many places like this. I understand I'm getting some crabs tomorrow, I've been told, and get fish, and certainly a lovely part of the world. And certainly it was a part of the world I grew up in. I have fond memories of that, and a family that was very supportive.
I appreciate you being here, and you're always welcome, and thanks for the information tonight. Very, very important.
Thank you, Martin.
All right, once again, Dr. Craig Walker of CIS. We'll take a short break. When we come back, we have some weekend news, and we'll say goodbye to Miss Nell Page. It's all next.